guys, how are you? I'm back with another video and I think you guys are gonna like this one. You guys ask me a lot of the same questions, but what I'm gonna do is try to put all these questions into one video as usual, so that way you guys can just watch the whole thing and then it can help you guys out. So if you're dealing with a toxic relationship and you guys are no longer together, or whether you're just dealing with a breakup in general, this is gonna be for you. Now, guys, buckle up because I'm going to read something that somebody sent me on YouTube. It's a comment, and then I'm just going to piggyback off of that like I usually do. So, hey Tay, I was wondering if you had any advice for healing from a long-lasting toxic relationship. Oof, I was connected with this woman for 8 years, and I can't say the last 7 years were the best by a long shot. We've split up and gotten back together multiple times and finally think it's over. I want to move on from it and be a better man despite the hurt that I've been through. How do you move on from toxic relationships into better ones? Also, I love what you're doing. Keep up the good work. We all appreciate you. First off, I love you. Thank you so much for the compliments. And another thing that I want to say is I commend you for being out of the relationship and either taking a step forward and moving away from that toxic relationship. That is always a beautiful thing when you can walk away from something that doesn't serve you. By all means, do whatever is best for you guys. But to you, particularly if you're in an on and off relationship with somebody, always try to think more positive than anything. I used to think so negative, guys, and this is why I talk like this, so that way I can help you guys think this way and have a better thought process, so it helps you in the end. But with his situation, you have to think of it as, I have already tried to get back with this person multiple times and it didn't work out. You have to eventually tell yourself that you tried, you gave it all you could, and it didn't work out. You have to understand that was a beautiful moment. You tried as much as you could, even if it was toxic or not. Appreciate all the good moments, accept all the bad ones, and you got to move forward. Yes, it does hurt, you guys, especially when you're so used to somebody. When you're in love with somebody, y'all, I never believed this. Like, I used to think, like, people in love, they so dramatic, until I actually fell in love. And you know what's sad? I'm gonna probably rant throughout this video, so just be buckle up. I have been in relationship with people for, like, a guy with 6 years, and the recent partner that I had was only a couple of years, and that shit took me down like a ton of bricks. Like, I damn near felt like this person like died on me. Like, guys, I've never experienced such heartbreaking, excruciating pain in my freaking life. So when I tell you guys I'm 8 months single, I'm dealing with a lot of stuff as well too. I'm gonna help you guys as much as I can and give you all the tips and tricks to help you, because in the beginning, you go through the ringer. It's a lot. Let me just give you the beginning stages. This is from a woman's perspective, obviously, and this for me was my worst breakup. Usually I'm the type of person to just get right back up and I'm cool, you know, because I'm the type of person where I know shit doesn't serve me. But with this relationship, y'all, the connection was just it was just so strong that when we separated, y'all, it literally felt like death. Like, I was driving sometimes and like I would listen to a song and break down. And I don't mean like just like a, you know, a cry. No, bitch, like crying like the movie's head and steering wheel. Can't even eat. Can't even, like, I couldn't do anything, dude. I had to literally chief it up just so that I can eat. It was bad. But anyway, if you are not wise about this and don't know the proper ways to heal, you guys can fall into really bad habits over a situation that most people go through. It's how you take it. So you can either let this shit take you down on the ground, or you can rise above this shit and let it make you stronger. Please let it be the second one and make you stronger, you guys, because you do not want to be that person who's fucking 8 years later is still stuck on their ex, or 8 years later they're still talking about their ex, or they're not over a situation. You guys, why would you want to be like that? Also, why would you want to get into a new relationship and you're not over that person? But that's for a different topic. But this is what I'm going to say first and foremost. Your feelings are valid here, and I understand. Woman or man, if you are going through this, it's okay to be sad. It is okay to cry. It is okay to feel emotional. It is okay to feel like a fucking wreck. Feel those emotions, dude. It's okay. Like, you literally just lost somebody who was your everything, your person. You thought you were going to be with them forever. You planned a future with them. You probably did so many things with them that you've never done with anybody else. Had a connection that was irreplaceable. And I understand this. Trust me, you guys. I have never felt like the world had been taken from underneath me until this type of situation happened to me. And I'm not gonna lie to you, in the beginning of my stages of the breakup, I had like a bitter stage where I was getting fucking angry. Like I was just mad, like, you know, like why couldn't he just be with me, or why couldn't it just work out? Like you just get that bitter ass shit, but it's all how you fucking react to it. You could take this shit and make you evil, or you could take this shit and utilize it and be like, dude, I'm just gonna be better for the next person. But enough ranting. Let me give you tips now. So go ahead, be sad, feel whatever you need to feel. Watch your sad movies, eat your ice cream, rant about this person, do whatever you gotta do to be okay, okay? Now after that goes by, a couple days of that, that's it. You need to get your ass in the gym, and I mean it. And I don't wanna hear, oh my God, I can't, all these excuses. I took a bus before, and Planet Fitness is $10 to sign up. You could even go to the plasma place to donate blood. They're doing it for $160. So if you're gonna give me excuses, please don't, because I'm the last person who wants to hear it, because I used to haul ass on the bus. But anyway, get your ass in the gym. Start focusing on what you want to work on yourself. Now, a lot of people, when they're done with their relationships, they only focus on their outside. Over here, baby, we're doing both. So you're gonna make sure you get a journal. Dollar Tree, 99-cent store. Let's not act like this is $1,000. Walmart too. Get a pen. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna do two things for me. On one page, you're gonna write all the things that you do not like about yourself, from appearance to the way you talk to whatever. And this is just you. Now you're gonna write on the other side of that all the things you do like about yourself. This is gonna tell you how much your partner has affected your self-esteem. Because when you get out of a relationship, whether a lot of people want to believe it or not, you go through this thing where you're so used to them complimenting you, being your pedestal, all this stuff, that gets stripped from you. And that's what makes you feel like you're unwanted, you're not good looking anymore. You just have all these doubts that you should not have. So you're gonna do that on one paper. That list, you should have more things you like about yourself than more things you hate about yourself. And it's self-explanatory. You need to make the list, the ones that you like the most, longer than the ones you hate the most. So work on yourself. So if it's, say, your personality you don't like, you got some self-work to do, baby. Say you don't like your attitude, you got some self-work, baby. Now I'm not talking appearance wise and, oh, I hate my nose, surgery. Ain't nobody talking about all that. We're talking about things that you can change. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like how fast I get mad. I could change that. I can work on my temper. See? Okay, now the next page after that, you just need a book to journal in general. The next page on this, you're going to write all of the things you did in the relationship wrong. Now, I know a lot of women, we have an issue with taking accountability, and I used to be one of those women, but I am not like that anymore, and I am far from that. Take accountability. When you write these things down, you need to write, I have manipulative ways. I lie a little bit. You know, I stir up drama. I lied to him. Oh, whatever. I didn't give him enough affection. I didn't love him enough. I didn't suck his dick enough. Whatever. But write it down and be honest with yourself. Same with y'all, men. Don't go sugarcoating things. Be real. Remember, this is just you and your raw self, because this is going to show you your true self and what you need to work on. And if you're sitting there pretending that, oh, I don't need to work on this, and trying to sugarcoat things, you are never going to do the healing work properly. Once you get all that hashed out and you figure out all the things that you did wrong in the relationship, you're going to draw an arrow across and you're going to put all the things you could have done better. So, example, I write, I had a bad attitude. All I did was yell at him. And then the other across from that, what could I have done? Not yell, not raise my voice. How about keep it zip? And then you'll look at that and think, wow, I could have done that, but instead I kept nagging him. Instead, I kept putting him down. That teaches you, girl, you knew exactly what you should have done, but you chose to take that route. That's what you need to work on. All these things and all these tasks are going to help you and build you to be a better person, a better man, a better woman. Because when you get into your next relationship, you are not bringing that old baggage that you had in that past relationship to your new one. Now, don't get me wrong. Every relationship is different. So one person can handle one thing, the other person can't. So don't think that you're going to get into this next relationship and have no problems at all. It doesn't work that way. You're still going to come encounter of things you don't like with that person. But again, you need basic human skills to understand. You cannot yell at somebody. You need to take accountability. You need to work on yourself. So now once you do that, I highly recommend, depending if you are in a very, very toxic situation. So like in my case, I have been in toxic relationships. If you have been in situations like that, I highly recommend making sure you go to the gym 5 times a week, making sure you're getting outside, getting natural dopamine, reading, bike rides, laser tag, basketball, gym, anything artsy that's fun for you. Do shit like that. So now you need to do the no contact rule. So if you are in a very toxic situation, this is for you. Stop talking to them. Don't follow their family. Don't follow their friends. Delete mutuals. If you can, and it's possible for you, delete all your social media. That's what I would do. In my case, guys, you know what sucked? And I'm just going to let you know a little secret. I didn't get to do that. I had to go through my breakup in front of everybody. Well, everybody thought, oh my God, she's so happy. She's so this, she's so that. I'm a content creator, and I am the type of person where I don't want to pity party and, oh my gosh, feel bad for me. No, I'm a strong individual. I handle things behind closed doors with myself. And to you guys, I ain't going through shit. Even though deep down, I was going through a lot, you guys. Like, it was very hard for me and still is. I don't think people would ever understand what it feels like for me. On the other hand, like, I don't have family like that, you know? So when I have a partner, I usually make them my family, and I'm very close to the people that I get with. And with this dude, I had gotten so close with him and told him so many things about me, and just, it was just such a strong, deep connection that I really, really loved this dude. I was infatuated with this man, that when it broke out, guys, like, it was so bad, and it was so hard for me to sleep, get over things. Like, a lot of things would replay in my head. There'd be days where I'd be perfectly fine, and then there'd be days where I'd be like a fucking wreck, like bad. And then I noticed I would get very, very irritable. Like, I don't want nobody to touch me. I don't want nobody to bother me. Like, I would be moody with everybody. And just another reason why I tell you guys, get in the gym, focus on your emotions. And this is where I get back to this part. So now, the first book I highly recommend you get as a man or a woman is Master Your Emotions. So a lot of the times, depending on what kind of person or individual you are, if you had a toxic situation, you do need to learn to master your emotions, because you have picked up a lot of their traits. Whether you want to believe it or not, when you're around somebody who's very toxic, guys, you pick up those traits bad, and you won't realize it. Like, one of the traits I picked up was being very moody and rushing things. I never used to rush. I would take my time with everything, but that person used to rush me, so I started doing that in my daily life. So break those habits off, and mastering your emotions helps a lot, because once you do this, you will learn where you're getting triggered by, how to control your thoughts, and then focus on something more positive. This helps a lot, you guys. It tells you so much, and also it literally makes you print out 46 pages that you have to write tasks. So like the first one says, or the second one, identify things that you believe give you shots of dopamine. TV, video games, gambling, social media, write it down. And I put working out, video games, laughing, making TikToks, and Damien, my best friend. So these will give you tasks, and you're supposed to do this and read this book every, maybe once or twice a year, so that way you can see how much progress you've made. Guys, the one thing that I struggled with growing up was education. I wasn't very educated at all. I was pretty much dumb, and I'm just going to be honest with you. And as I got older, I started realizing that a lot of the things that they tell you to do when you're younger are fucking true. Meditate, pray, focus on yourself, love yourself, read. And now I see why, because when I started reading meditation books, or I started reading books like self-love affirmation for Black women and things like that, I have a sense of self-worth and self-love that now that I never had before. So when I was in my relationships, you guys, I was so dependent on that person. When he got taken away from me, you guys, it was like death to me. Like, relationships, they should feel bad, like when you guys break up, but it shouldn't be to the point where you can't focus, you can't move. Your whole life is based off that person. That's how you know you've put too much into somebody, because guess what? You never had self-love. So that's why I tell you guys, learn to be grounded, learn to stand on your own, start doing things you never did. If you're a woman and you relied too much on your man, like me, I was up his butt too much. I didn't give him fucking space, and that was on me. You know, I'm just a clingy kind of girl, but a lot of men don't like that. So I've learned a lot to be very independent, handle things on my own. And now guess what? I don't need help with shit. I figure out everything on my own. I don't really ask for help, but these are all things I've learned. But again, going off topic. So now, if you are not in a toxic relationship, just do the same things that I'm telling you, the self-work, the therapy, things like that. But just, you should know, toxic relationship or not, toxic breakup or not, you should know when you're able to move on. And I think that you should move on when you're not thinking about that person. When you are no longer bitter about the situation and you can look back at it and think, we both did this, X, Y, and Z, and it turned out this way, and it's dead. You know what I mean? Not dead to where like you're mad about it, but to where you understood it was never going to work out, and that's how it turned out. When you're bitter about something, or when you keep talking about it, or when it's not resolved, you're not over it. You need to make sure that you learn to heal from that, get over it so it doesn't carry on into the rest of your life. So y'all, I highly recommend to read, go to the gym, say affirmations, pray, meditate, do things that you've never done, spend time alone. Now, I want to talk about spending time alone just for a little bit, even though this is a breakup video, but I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this, and it's really, really annoying, but I feel like a lot of women don't talk about this, because me personally, I couldn't be alone. Like, guys, I had abandonment issues so bad, like attachment issues so bad that I could not be alone. Like, I always had to be around people. Like, it was just always like that. But then when I finally realized it, the one thing I realized was I've been around people my whole life and always felt alone, so what's the difference? And then the moment I started like separating myself from a lot of people, I've noticed I found a peace that I never had, and now it's kind of scary because I don't really like being around too many people anymore. But just be careful with that. But to learn to be alone, you have to fight that uncomfortable feeling. Start one of the movies by yourself. Yes, the movies by yourself. Go in the morning early if you have to, but make sure you go. Go to the library alone. Get massages alone. Take yourself on dinner dates. And I don't mean Chick-fil-A drive-thrus. No. Go to Cheesecake Factory and sit down. Go inside Claim Jumper and sit down. Go in a restaurant, dress up and sit down. Take yourself out on dates. Go to dog parks. Run for a little bit. Take yoga classes. Take Pilates. Take boxing classes. Do things you've never done. And for men, y'all too. Get into that freaking sport. You want to take that art class? You want to start rapping? Pick up a hobby. But I promise you guys, start finding love and worth in yourself so that way when somebody does come along, you are not sitting there getting with somebody because you're lonely or because you need attention. And you'll never spot the difference if you don't heal. I promise you, once you start healing, the first 3 months, man, they ain't shit. Them shits be knocking you on your motherfucking back. The first 3 months are excruciating, you guys. It's hard. I can't even imagine, especially for men, you poor guys. Like, dude, I could just hug you. I could just imagine what you guys go through with breakups because you can't talk to nobody. You got to suppress your emotions. Like, nobody's there for y'all. I feel you 100% because that's how I felt with my breakup. Like, I didn't have nobody. I don't have a mom. I couldn't call nobody and be like, hey, like, I was going through this. I just had to cry and be sad on my own. So please understand this. You are worthy and you are loved. That should happen for a reason. God bless you. Don't let this be the end of you. You know what I mean? Like, I know it sounds fucked up to say, but there are plenty of people for you. And you know how I take life now? The more and more you meet these people who do you dirty, it's only getting you closer and closer to your king or queen. And by the time you get to your king or queen or the finish line, you're going to look back at this and it's going to be a part of your journey. And you're going to laugh and say, come on now, dude. I went through all this shit to get to the person that I'm with today. You know what I mean? So just think of that and always think positive. And I hope that my platform does try to get you to understand that there are women out here who will take care of your heart. There are women out here who will try to help you. And since, guys, no one's ever helped me with a lot of things, I just want to be able to help y'all with free therapy and free advice because y'all need it, man. And Lord knows, like, everybody in this world needs help. We all need help, dude, with something. But as far as breakups and all that, please do not let this shit take you down. Don't feed your negativity. Don't be sad about it. Understand it happened. You are worthy. You are loved. You are the shit. Female or male, whatever you are, I love y'all. But this sums it up for the breakup video, guys. If you have any questions about anything, just comment down below. I'm probably going to start something where I have you guys email me and maybe we can do one-on-ones. But again, guys, I'm not going to be doing that for free. You let me know if you guys would like to do that because I might do one-on-ones with you guys and give you advice because I think that'd be really cool. But again, guys, I love y'all. Please keep fighting that strong fight. If you guys have any questions, concerns, fucking comment down below. See you guys in the next video.